I feel like I'm at a fork in the road within my own journey, and I either keep complaining and not changing anything or lock in and do better. It really is just what it comes down to. 'Cause it was always you. And if I'm turning blue, please don't save me. Nothing left to lose without my baby. Birds of a feather, we should stick together. I know I said I'd never think I wasn't better. Hey babes, welcome back to yet another episode of the Discipline Diaries. Let's get into some things. Let's do a little catch up because the last episode I posted was a few weeks ago now. And, I was so excited to get back into the gym. I was talking about losing the regain, and the regain is not being lost, okay? It's going up, as a matter of fact. And I'm like, bro, what is going on? What is good? I need y'all to see my eyes and see that I'm dead ass serious right now. Don't mind my voice. I just spent the weekend in New Orleans. I was going to post a vlog about that, and then the weekend just got away from me, so it's fine. But I went to the bariatric retreat because I had weight loss surgery, if you're new here. And so Bariatric Society, which is an organization on Instagram, you can find them over there. They host a bariatric retreat for weight loss surgery patients once a year, and this year was in NOLA. And so I had two speaking engagements. I was on the panel for two different panels for the retreat, and I also was in the fashion show. So I was there for a couple of days, had a good time, came back home, got on the scale. Hold on, bitch. Hold on. Let me tell you what the motherfucking scale said, okay? I'm like, they pull up my Renfo app. So I like using the Renfo app right here. I have their scale. I have their food scale. I have their measuring tape. I've been using them for years now. I got on that scale this morning. Take a guess. Take a guess. Take a guess right now. Throw it in the comments. Take a guess. 182.4 pounds. 182.4 pounds. I haven't been in the 180s since May of 2024, I believe. That was when I was freshly on the GLP-1. Yeah. So to see that number this morning gagged me. And here's the thing about me, you guys. Here is the thing about me, because I'm sharing my journey with y'all, right? If I am not posting because I'm sharing everything with y'all, whether that's here, whether that's TikTok, whether that's Instagram, wherever I post at, if I am not posting, especially on here on YouTube, if I'm not posting a vlog for y'all, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. That is the tall tale sign to let you know Janae ain't doing what she's supposed to be doing. Because I will be showing y'all. I'll be showing you my workouts. If you go back a couple of months, you saw I was on it. I was giving y'all 2 or 3 vlogs per week, showing y'all what I eat in the days after losing 128 pounds, me moving into weight maintenance. That's what the Discipline Diaries was all about, showing you the how-to. And then after my loose skin removal of my arm and back lift, life is just getting away from me and nothing is happening. That's the thing. And this is, I'm ranting right now, but this is just a very realistic and transparent and authentic part of my journey. And I'm just deciding to just dump on y'all and tell you. And I watch my own content back, okay? Because I'm my biggest fan. And so I'm going to be so proud of myself in a couple months when I do get it together to look back on these vlogs and be like, damn, that's how you was feeling. That's what you were going through. But sometimes I just feel like we fall off of our, how do I want to put this? there's not always a reason why you fall off, right? Like people think like, you're going through a hardship, you're going through a bad time and all of that stuff, and you fall off of track, right? But like in reality, a lot of us really just aren't going through anything. Like I'm not going through anything. But after my surgery, I had to sit down. I had to recover, of course. I'm still recovering. Friday will be 7 weeks post-op. Today's Monday, the 6th, by the way, because I do plan on posting the vlogs, okay? So now you know the dates. But I had to sit down. I had to relax. And I think I talked about this in the last Discipline Diary, but when you are not doing what you've already been doing, like, I've really built some consistency, some discipline. I really built some discipline within my own journey with like my working out and my eating and all that stuff. And so to have that taken away from me, not for a bad reason, because surgery is great, loose skin removal is great, but to have it taken away from me, it really just exposed to me what I've learned these last few weeks is that it really exposed to me how much more locked in I have to become within my own journey. And I feel like this journey of weight maintenance is going to be an ongoing thing, at least for these next few years. Like I feel like if you're not learning, you're not growing. And I'm always learning something within my own journey. And so what I've learned these last few weeks is that whether it's a good or a bad thing, if there is something that is taking me out of my habits and my routine, I'm going to resort back to old ways of boredom eating, old ways of graze eating, old ways of emotional eating, because those were the reasons why I got obese to begin with. So like, it's quite scary because it's like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. And so I didn't know that I wasn't truly healed with my relationship with food until you're kind of going through it. And so me going through it these last few weeks, I'm like, damn, Janae, like, and I'm not the type of person, I know I give y'all, like a lot of y'all look to me for inspiration and, motivation within your own journeys. And I do the sit down videos as well, give you tips and stuff like that. But I'm not above criticism. And I don't think I know everything. I'm always learning something. And I'm never embarrassed or ashamed to like put that out there. Like, so that if you're going through it, maybe this is something that you didn't even think about. Like, damn, like, you know what? I have been given my journey 100% and nothing really has knocked me off track. But what if something does happen? What if I got to go take care of a sick parent? What if I do reward myself with plastic surgery? What if I get hurt? I get hurt at work and now I have to sit down because I'm getting, whatever the case may be. You didn't go through it before. I've never went through this before. I've been on it for the last 2.5 years. I've never had to sit down since starting this new or more successful weight loss journey. And so I'm like, damn, like I still got a long way to go. I still got a long way to go. And getting on the scale this morning, yeah. Thankfully for me, I'm not doing any more traveling. Thankfully for me, my husband is not even here. He is, we're a military family. If you're new here, he is deployed for the next 6 months. I have no distractions. Nobody like, oh, let's go out to eat. Let's have a little drink. Let's have a little dessert. Okay. Because if my man says that, I'm be like, yes, let's go. Okay. Like the kids eat healthy. My work, I'm back at work in the ER, but I work per diem. So it's not too much on me. And my social media work, like I really pour into that. I'm an online fitness coach now. I really pour into my clients. So my life is going to be surrounded by fitness and eating clean and stuff like that. I don't have too many distractions that's going to be happening. So, and on top of that, I just hit 6 weeks post arm and back lift. So now I have no restrictions. I can get back into the gym. Of course, taking it easy. I have to build up, what it was before my surgery, but I can work out and weight train again, and I can run again, and it feels so nice to be fully back into my routine. So I say all that to say, because y'all know with these Discipline Diaries, not only do I do my what I eat in a day and take you on a workout with me or grocery shopping or whatever the case may be, but I always have a talking point. The talking point today just so happened to be a dump, okay? A dump, okay? So enough with the chatter. Let's jump in to my day. I haven't eaten anything. I haven't drank anything. I got the kids off to school and stuff. And so now that I'm back home, I need to pick up a couple groceries. I think I'm going to head to the commissary. I do want to do my first weight training workout today. I really need to reprogram my own fitness. So let's do that. Let's sit down. Let's drink some water. Let's just drink some bone broth. Let's figure out my new macros, my new calories, because I do want to lose weight, and then focus on cutting that body fat. So let's come up with a plan. Let's come up with a plan, because literally after losing this weight, I have become solution oriented. I look at things as like you're at a fork in the road. You either go right or you go left. You can go left and keep complaining, keep bitching about, things not going right. Or you can just be like, all right, like these are my circumstances. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to pivot? So right now I am actively choosing to pivot. Okay. So let's do that. Oh, real quick, because I think I talked about this, like not being on the GLP-1 anymore. I think I'm going to go back to the GLP-1. Not because I feel like I needed to lose the 20 pounds, but I feel inflamed. And someone on Instagram, one of my counterparts on Instagram who also had bariatric surgery and took a GLP-1, told me that the GLP-1, yes, it helped her lose weight, but it really helped with her internal inflammation. And something I realized was that I am really, ever since I've been off the GLP-1 since July, and I've just felt, outside of surgery, I have just felt inflamed. I feel it. It's like, it's your body. So it's like one of those things that you just feel. And so even though I wasn't losing any more weight on the GLP-1, it helped me with inflammation. So I think I'm going to get back on it. I did find a new telehealth company that I am going to utilize their services and see how it works out for me. I did semaglutide. I've done tirzepatide. Tirzepatide, I feel like doesn't do anything for me at all. So I'm going to go back to semaglutide and yeah, do that.
Maybe you should drive your car. I pick up whenever you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me?
So like I said in the last vlog, I am getting back on the anti-inflammatory diet now more than ever, because I just talked about being inflamed. So I'm starting, before I consume anything in the morning besides water, I like to coat my stomach with bone broth. And this is only 45 calories and has 9 grams of protein, collagen protein, but still 9 grams of protein. So I like to just do a serving of that in the morning. And I'm about to fill up my 40-ounce hydro jug. I'm going to try to aim to drink 3 of these per day, because I have been truly sucking on my water goals as of lately. Truly sucking. Bare minimum 2, but I really want to drink 3 per day. So let's go ahead and start this off. We're starting it off late as is, because it's already about 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm just now consuming things. But the good thing is I do work tonight. So, and today's pretty much going to be a 24-hour day. Like, I don't even see myself taking a nap. I don't even have time to take a nap. So I'll get my water in today. I am in this water, however, going to be mixing my electrolytes and my recovery, which has my creatine in here. Since we're hitting the gym, we're back onto the creatine. We're back onto some supplements because when I'm on an anti-inflammatory diet, I'm not supposed to do any supplementation. But we're doing some vital ones. So electrolytes are essential, creatine and recovery and all the other things that's in here is essential as well. And I get these from Outwork Nutrition. I don't have a discount code or anything like that from them. I just really like their stuff. Been using it for a while. Really enjoy it. And I know sometimes y'all ask me about the different supplements I take. I'm not like a big, huge supplement person. I like the basics. And that's about it. So I, of course, have my regular weight loss surgery supplements and vitamins that I do as far as the gym is concerned. I'm really not like a pre-workout kind of girl like that. But I will do electrolytes and I will do creatine. Creatine specifically, I like to do the monohydrate one. That is the one that is like recommended the most, has the most research on it. And I try to get at least 5 grams per day. I'm just going to throw this mix back into my water bottle. That is going to help me actually drink all of this because I have an issue with drinking plain water. It's not that I have an issue with drinking liquids. It's just, it's water. It's plain water, especially after weight loss surgery. So, I'm also taking my bariatric vitamins for this morning. This is my calcium and this is my vitamin D3K2. I get these from Berry Melts. Been taking them since the very beginning of my journey. And these are chewable vitamins. So I do have a discount code with them. It's just Janae20 to save 20% off your order. So I'll leave the information in the description box below. So while I sip on my bone broth, let's figure out these numbers, child. Let's do the regrouping of the fitness routine. Like, let's jump into all of the things. So like I said, I do this for my own clients, figuring out their calories for that they should be hitting for, figuring out their macros that they should be hitting for. I do the same thing for myself. Like I said, I'm not above these same methods. I'm not above using the tools. A lot of my clients, some are natural, some are GLP-1, some are weight loss surgery, some, have dabbled in them all. So I'm just like my clients. So the same methods I do for them when it comes to food, it's the same things I do for myself. Same thing with fitness. I customize their fitness routines as well. I'm going to customize my own fitness routines. And if y'all want to talk to me about coming on and being a client and helping me help you on your own fitness and weight loss journey, weight maintenance journey, whatever the case may be, I'll leave that information in the description box below for y'all. We can schedule a 30-minute discovery call and figure out all of the things. But anywho, so I am figuring out my calories, which it's quite simple to figure out your macros and stuff. If for some reason, like, you can't invest in a personal trainer or an online health and fitness coach. However, I will caveat and say the best investment you're going to make is the one that you make within yourself. And that could look monetary. That could look like time. So monetary could be booking a call or getting you a personal trainer, whether that be in person or online, buying a gym membership, eating higher quality foods, healthier foods, which may come at an elevated cost. Time-wise could be getting up earlier to go to the gym, going to bed on time instead of scrolling, through your phone. Micromanaging and time blocking your time more efficiently, making sure that you have time to go to the gym, prioritizing your time, and maybe instead of listening to music, listen to a podcast or a YouTube video or something like that as you're going to and from driving or when you're in the gym. I love time blocking. I was doing it for a while and I stopped, and then I felt like my time was all over the place and I jumped right back into it. I use Google Calendar. This is what mine look like for today, for Monday. And so I will put everything into the calendar. When I should wake up, how long it takes me to work out, the time to get to and from wherever I have to go. When I should be dropping off the kids. Today I have to go grocery shopping. I still have to do the gym. I still have content to film. I still have to do my client check-ins. I still have to cook dinner, get ready for work, pick up the kids. Like, all of these things, I put it in here. That way I can see what my time looks like, because a lot of people are like, I don't have the time to do it. How do you know you don't have the time to do it if you didn't put it in? For at the very least, put in the time that you normally wake up. Put in the time you go to work. Then kind of estimate how much time it takes you to get ready, how much time it takes you to get to work, how much time it takes you to get from work, what time you should be getting to bed. Put that in there. Then you can start seeing, you know what? I have a lot of time, a lot of extra time. I can, whether it be on the front end or the back end, do an hour for the gym. Throw in the time it takes you to get ready and to get to and from the gym. All right. Or, you know what? These days are a little hectic. I do really well with meal prepping. My weekends are free. I'm going to dedicate some time to meal prep. That way I have more time during the week. Or, you know what? I spend a lot of time in the car. Sometimes I want to decompress. Maybe I don't want to listen to anything. Maybe I do want to listen to music. But if it takes me 45 minutes to get to work, to get from work, one of those times I can listen to something that will be productive for me, that will inspire me, that I can learn from, or that is just going to make me happy. We don't tap into our hobbies enough either. And so if you are like a science fiction person, listen to an audiobook as you're going, whatever the case may be, to pour into yourself, make the investment into yourself. Okay, so I figured out what my maintenance calories are as somebody who gets in more than 10,000 steps per day and weight trains anywhere between 3 to 5 times per week. We're going to get into the whole fitness part here in a second. So I put my activity level at moderate because those are the things that I plan on doing. The more you move your body, the more you can eat. So that's why it's a method to it all. But my maintenance calories to maintain this weight of 182 pounds, which is what we don't want to do, I would have to be eating 2,315 calories per day. I'm going to put myself in a calorie deficit of 500, which means I need to be eating around 1,815 per day. That is well more than enough calories in. Just because I had weight loss surgery, I had the gastric sleeve, I had 80% of my stomach taken out, does not mean your girl can't eat. So I'll be eating. That is nothing for me. And what I do is, now that I have my calories, I like to plug it into my Fitness Pal. It's my favorite app to utilize. I really need to slide in their DMs and try to get some type of sponsorship or something, because I absolutely love their platform. But I will go ahead and throw my caloric goals in there. And this is also where I'll set up my macros. My goal weight is about getting back down to 160 pounds. So I like to set my protein, especially as a bariatric patient and someone who's taken a GLP-1. I know that I can lose muscle mass. So I do 1 pound of protein, 1 gram of protein per the poundage that I want to weigh. Some people do lean muscle mass. Some people I just like to do, if my goal weight is 160 pounds, I'm going to be in 160 grams of protein. Then I figure out the rest from there. I keep my fat at about 30%. And then my carbs is relatively high, especially because I like to make sure that I'm eating about 50 grams of fiber per day. That protein fiber combination is always going to be chef's kiss. So 1815, boom, boom. Okay, so that means my calories is 1815. My protein for the day is 160 grams. My carbs for the day is about 158 grams. And my fat intake for the day is 60 grams. And then I try to make sure my saturated fat is low. Again, we already talked about fiber. We talked about water. Those are the things that I'm tracking. I weigh my food. I already showed y'all my Renfo food scale. Once I have my numbers, then I go ahead and start tracking everything. So I'm sipping bone broth. This is something I always drink, so I know it's in here. But you can scan as well. Where's that? Oh, right there. So I'm throwing in my serving of bone broth. Then now it's time to actually eat something before I go work out. But speaking of working out, let's figure out the fitness. So I like to use the Heavy app right there. Y'all are not new to this. If you're not new to this channel, that is where I track and I build my fitness routine. So let's see what the old routine even look like, child. I'm actually probably going to stick to this old routine. I did hamstrings on Monday, which included deadlift, which included the seated leg curl, which included hip abduction, Romanian deadlifts, calf extensions. That sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we'll probably leave it just like that. Chest and triceps had decline bench press, push downs, incline chest press, triceps dips, and isolated chest press, push-ups, tricep extensions. Okay. Because a goal for me, I work out to lose weight, but I also have goals that I would like to have. And now that I got the loose skin removed and liposuction in my arms, like I feel like I'll be able to see more muscle definition and stuff in my body. So I would love to tap into, what is it called? Calisthenics. There you go. Calisthenics. That is geared towards moving your body with your body weight. Like I want to be able to do a pull-up, a push-up, a handstand, like, just those things like that, like just for fun. So I need to build up my strength. So that's why I have push-ups and dips in here, because we're going to be building up the strength. So we're going to be keeping that the same. Wednesdays is going to be core. I like all my core stuff. We'll keep that the same. Thursday is quads. So we got sumo squats. We have leg extensions. We have hip abductions. We have calf extensions and the hip thrust and leg press. That sounds about right. Yep. We're also going to be doing some single leg work. So we're going to be pushing, y'all know I already have bad knees, but we're going to be pushing the single leg work for my runs. That's how you become a stronger runner, is by focusing on your single leg work. So whether that be Bulgarian split squats, whether that be lunges, whether that be single leg extensions or single leg press, I'm going to be like rotating those through my quad days, because those are all quad focused as well. So those will be in the rotation. Fridays, it's going to be back and biceps, my favorite day of the week. So we have lat pull down, we have the cable row, we have the preacher curl, we have the iso lateral high row, we have the seated incline curl, we have the reverse delt, we have the hammer curl, and we have the pull up. Perfect. Saturdays are going to be glutes and shoulders. So we have the dumbbell step up, which is another single leg thing. I could also be doing single leg Romanian deadlifts. Yes, I can plug that into my hammy days. Again, just wanting to be stronger. Hip thrust, shoulder press, sumo squats, face pulls, standing cable kickbacks, lateral raise. Cool. And then Sundays are also going to be a core day. So I'm pretty much working out 7 days per week. Sounds like a lot, but whatever. I like working out, but it's actually like 5 real like workout days, like weight training days, because the other 2 are core days. So I'm not going to be doing anything else really in the rest of my body. Now, as far as cardio is concerned, we are moving into the winter months here in the state of Washington. The sun comes up later. It goes down earlier. And it's colder, and we're going into rain season. So I'm really not going to be in the mood to be running outside, which sucks because I really don't like treadmill running. But The advantage to that, this is about changing your mindset, change your mindset. The advantage of treadmill running is that I can really be consistent with my speed work, and working on my cadences. So that is what I'm going to do. So I am going to cut back my runs, however, to just 3 per week, 3 solid runs per week. One is going to be a zone 2 run. The other is going to be a speed work run. The third one is going to also be a zone 2 run, but it's going to be a long distance run. Zone 2 run on Tuesdays, speed work on Wednesdays, and then long distance on Saturdays. And that should, because my quad days really be killing my legs. So I want to give myself a good day break. And then long distance running on Saturdays, that's also going to be killing my legs. So I give that a 2-day break. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll knock it out back to back. And the other days will be a variation of different cardio, whether that is really want to get into cross training. So whether that's on the bike, whether that's on the rower, maybe the Stairmaster. I really don't care for the Stairmaster, but the elliptical, like just getting my cardiovascular system up, and making sure I hit like 10,000 steps per day. So that is the plan. I'm ready to head out, but I haven't consumed anything besides the bone broth. And I know me. Like, I would have just put some random shit together, and I'm like, let me be intentional about my meals. I really need to get some protein in. I really need to get some carbs in too, because since it's Monday, it's a leg day. It's hammy day. And so we are going to do something real easy, basic. Tuna, some solid white tuna. I'm going to do this entire can, which is 210 calories and has 43 grams of protein. Because like I said, my protein goal for the day is 160 grams. So this is how we get that done. And then I'm going to measure out some light mayonnaise. Measure your condiments. That is where most of us get in trouble. We're like eyeballing it, and then it's like 2 times the amount that we should have had. I'm going to do 2 servings, so that's 30 grams. That should be enough. Ooh, I'm probably going to have some jalapenos to this as well. I wish I had some onions.
I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. I cannot be getting fun. I know you like to go slow, but we could go faster.
Keto bread, babes. Keto bread. Not because you're low carb, but because it has high fiber and it's lower in calories. But 30 calories for 1 slice, and it has 8 grams of fiber in it. 10 carbs. So we're going to do 2 of these. That means we're getting 16 grams of fiber. And I already told you what my fiber goal was. And then on top of that, just so that I can have some greenery, I'm doing micro greens. Love this. And this is only half of the breakfast, but we're gonna start here and see if we end up being hungrier before we leave the house. So scratch that. I was able to eat everything. I was hungry. But that entire meal has 16 grams of fiber. It had 342 calories and 49 grams of protein. Yeah, I really did not feel like leaving the house. Like, the more time is passing by, and I'm not an afternoon or an evening workout person. Like, I am early in the morning type person, and it is already 12:38. I was supposed to be on the way done, on the way back by now. I haven't even gone food shopping yet. Good thing though, I don't have to do like a full-blown food shop. I really just need to get like fruits, vegetables, snacks for the kids for the week, couple of meats. That's about it. So it's not like, in bottled water. So it's not like I have to grab too many things, but I am going to go to the gym that is next to base. Come down to Costco, grab some gas, and then that should be it for my week. Oh, I just made it to the gym. Let me make sure I have everything. I don't know why I feel so nervous and like anxious to go up in there. It's just It's my normal gym. It's the middle of the day though, but it's my normal gym. Let me go. Something about your hands on my body. It feels better than any man I ever been. Something about the way you just give me. Don't, 'cause I can't forget. You got a feel and a soul that I need in my life. Yeah. Oh. And though we may grow, I don't know why we don't go far. But I'm with you, and I hate that. Maybe I'm just pissed off without. Maybe my life's just off without. Workout is complete and I am exhausted. I'm fucking exhausted. Oh my god, I got a funny story for y'all. So I was looking at my Heavy app, as I always do, doing my exercises or whatever, and the very first exercise, it said deadlift. It said deadlift. I set it up for back squat. Then I proceeded to do a warm-up set and 4 actual sets. And by the time I realized it, I was like 4 exercises in, because I circled back around to my RDLs. And I put the bar on the floor for some reason. I don't know, I think I was fixing my grip. And it dawned on me, because I lifted up from the floor, it dawned on me, I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be doing deadlifts that first exercise. And I'm like, this is a Thursday, a quad day exercise. That's why when I was doing it, I felt so fatigued in the legs. I was like, oh, I know there's been 6 weeks off, but am I that tired? Yeah, you are, because you stopped doing quads at the beginning of the week for a reason, because you get tired. Jesus. And so Side of me told me, well, we at the end of the workout, damn near, just skip it. I was like, nah, we gonna lock in. We just gonna do it anyway. So I finished RDLs, then went to calf raises, which was supposed to be the last exercise, then came back to do the deadlifts. Then I did 5 minutes of the bike, which I wanted to do like anywhere between 15 and 30 minutes on the bike. But since I wasted like a good, I don't know, 15-20 minutes doing the first exercise that I wasn't supposed to do, and I had tired myself out, I was like, yeah, 5 minutes is gonna have to be it, and I'm gonna focus on getting my steps in for the day, and that's just gonna have to be that, because your girl is tired. I got 4,800 steps in, so I'm sure I'll get another 5,000 before midnight, between going to the grocery store right now, because I still am going to the grocery store, you know, doing a little whatever around the house, and then going to work. A thought came to mind, because I had talked about my little weight regain on Instagram stories, and someone had asked me, like, does that make you worried? Like, you know, gaining weight, does it make you worried? And that was a good question to ask, to be honest. And it doesn't make me worried, because I know what I'm capable of, and I know what my body is capable of, and I know what my brain is capable of. And so I heard this quote, I can't even remember like the actual verbiage, but it's something along the lines of, you build confidence by having undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. And so before, I've lacked confidence in my weight loss and fitness journey because I didn't have the proof that, one, it was possible, and two, that I was who I said I was. So one, I kept failing, but two, I also was like failing myself, like with just my relationship with food, like I mentioned earlier in the vlog, and just things that contributed to me failing, because it wasn't just all internal health, insulin resistance, PCOS, Hashimoto's, like all of that stuff. It wasn't like just all of that. Like I've done things to self-sabotage myself as well. So I lacked the confidence, but this time around in this journey, I proved it to myself. And granted, yes, I had a couple of tools to help me. But I've proven, that shit scared me because the bus like stopped and sometimes people would cross the street and he was blocking my vision. So anywho, I've proven to myself that I can stick to a diet, that I can find the proper diet for me, that I can change my lifestyle around, that I can be consistent in the gym, that I can, move my body, just fine tune my lifestyle, period, and not just do it for weight loss and maintain my weight for a year. And all of these things I've never done before. So I've had undeniable proof time and time again in these last 2.5 years that I am who I say that I am and that I can be successful. So I have confidence in my own journey. So when I'm having this weight regain happening, I'm not tripping because I know that I can do it. I've done it before. I know that I can do it. Now, we in the 180s though. Low 180s, but still. If a bitch get up to 190s, we're gonna have to make appointments, get a therapist, do all the things, and maybe I could even do that now. But honestly, it's me. I don't feel like it's anything internal that's like, outweighing my own habits. And so because I feel that way, I'm just gonna do what I have to do to lock in. And if I feel like I'm locking in, I'm doing everything, I'm measuring, I'm eating, I'm working out, and it's still not coming off, along with, utilizing the GLP-1 again whenever it gets here, because I still haven't like really signed up for it yet, then, I'll do what I have to do. I know now too, to who to lean on and to ask for help and stuff like that. So like, no, I'm not tripping. I'm not.
Go faster. Tell me the password. Slide city. You know what that means. I'm coming up on you quickly. Rapping nice things. Slide city. Show me other man tryna get in the bed. So I'ma get slouched instead. I know it's gonna make you bad. What would I do if I didn't love you, babe? What would I do if I didn't love you, babe? What would I do if I didn't love you?
Done with the first stop. Now we're off to the next stop. I had to grab some lunch because it's already like 3:16. It's already 3:16. This is what happens when you're not prepared. But this is only day one of me jumping back into the routine. I did grab a protein shake. I only supplement with stuff like this when I need to, and at this point I need to. And then I also grabbed a platter of sushi. Now, I do want to track everything. I do want to weigh everything, but I do understand that there's going to be times where I just can't, like this, when you're not prepared. And so because I lifted, and I lifted quite heavy, I wanted to make sure I get carbs. So carbs through the white rice and the sushi. I'm getting healthy fats with the avocado. And this is all salmon. This looks like this is all salmon. So more healthy fats and protein. But I know this is lower in protein, so that's why I'm getting the protein shake. But let's make our way to the next location. done with Costco, and I actually grabbed a couple of goodies in there. They had some newer stuff that I haven't seen before, including the commissary too. So we'll do a grocery haul at the casa. One thing I need to start doing when I'm going to the grocery stores is putting my watch on my ankle, because sometimes when you're like walking around, it doesn't count your steps, and that is any watch, because you're pushing the shopping cart. I'm trying to get all of my steps counted. So before I get out the car, I need to remember to take my watch off, put it on your ankle. Okay, let's do a quick haul of this week's pickups. Starting with the snacks, the good stuff. Because I am going back into cleaner eating, I have to make sure I'm setting myself up for success, which means anything that's going to be a temptation, let me buy my own cleaner version of it. So we have some zero sugar chocolate, some little cookies, some more candy. Honestly, this is really for when I go to work. Like packing a couple of these for my lunch bag is what's going to set me up, because there's always some type of candy or sweet snack at work. So yes. Then I have some meat sticks. You know, energy, because I'm going to be working the next 2 days. We have all of the fresh fruits and vegetables, cut up ones. This is how I just save time. Like, I'm going to pay for convenience. So my onions, my peppers, my little herbs, my carrots is back there. You know, oh, y'all can see. Y'all got eyes. I don't want to insult y'all by telling you every single little thing. But what I did want to show you was this from the frozen section. I may be new to this, so if you're like me, they have these little vegetables for roasting. I'm going to probably pop them in the air fryer, but you could put them in the oven. So here's one. This is a different one. And then they also have this one as well. So I can't wait to try these little combinations out. Some pressed juice. We absolutely love pressed juicery. Yogurt. Got some regular Greek yogurt. And then I have a box of just snackable. I love these zero sugar or zero added sugar ones from Chobani. Mush. Again, we're back on our mush. We're back on our overnight oats. Chips. These are cleaner, grain-free chips. Y'all can see that all right there. I absolutely love Siete. So when I'm in a chippy mood, I have this. When I'm in a cracker mood, I have these. Also wanted to show y'all this that I also got from Costco. I like the macros on these. Let me show you. Okay. So for one bowl, 6 grams of fat, 1.5 grams of saturated fat. I like to keep my fat low. Sodium is a bit high, but I really don't eat a lot of sodium anyway. I allow for 2,400 milligrams per day, so this isn't too terrible. 46 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, 4 sugar, no added sugar, 22 grams of protein. I wish this was just a little bit higher in protein, but I have stuff in the house that I can make this be like a little bit more with the protein. The brand is called Better Bowl. This is the Chipotle chicken rice bowl. I really hope this ends up being good, because this is perfect for like, you know, like a quick lunch. The protein bar, hummus, and I saw this mango peach salsa. Can't wait to try this. Can do this with the chips or even with my eggs and peppers and, you know, have a little omelet moment. I love goat cheese. Goat cheese and feta cheese. I have to be careful with these because I can go in. But that is pretty much it for this week's haul. I am getting ready for work, and so what I'm going to take with me, because I'm not cooking. Today has been a long day as is. I'm not cooking. But I am going to take one of the bowls from the hauls with me. Great thing is I can pop it in the microwave, and to make it a little higher protein, I bought this from Costco as well, but a while ago. It is their little fully cooked chicken bites. So this is 24 grams of protein. I already told you this was 22 grams of protein. So now I have 46 grams of protein. So I did have a couple of snacks that I didn't end up showing y'all. It was just the meat stick, the cheese from earlier, and then a bag of those chips. So that with my dinner, I am over my calories by 150, specifically carbs and fat is what got me over. I did end up scanning that sushi from earlier. And so it came up in the MyFitnessPal. Said it was 700 calories and I did eat it all. But I'm going to utilize it. Like, it's better than not tracking at all. And like I said, we're easing into things. As far as my water is concerned, only got 56 ounces in. So I need to drink some more. I do have my 40-ounce bottle from earlier filled up. So that should put me over my bare minimum. And then in my lunch bag, I'm going to pack a couple of snacks for tomorrow. Like, as soon as midnight is coming, I can eat again. That is going to be it for this vloggy vlog. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell icon, that way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm always hosting lives on TikTok. I'm super active in my stories. My Facebook is popping off, so make sure you follow me over there. I know I have not addressed the obvious of the red hair. After my long weekend, I have not been able to get my hair together, and I won't be able to until Wednesday, so we'll debut it for real. I'll talk about it then. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.